Okay. I'm just, this is, I put on ridiculousness. And I'm thinking, let me just listen to this woman and see what she's talking about. And she says, if you had to what? Where do you see yourself, or if you could say something to yourself in 5 years? What would you tell yourself in 5 years? I'm going to flip some letters out, and then we're going to see where this goes. I'm still alive. J-E wanted to fly out, but it didn't come out. W-S. Might be better to choose the negative route. Is somebody trying to figure out positive, negative right now? Negative. But please don't blame me if something goes awry. T-R. This seems to be about age and TF. What am I doing now? 5 years from now, somebody could have been thinking this. Am I going to be right here in the same situation? I'm only going to put out these 3, and then I'm going to find out what is the situation. And why do I feel that I want to grab never have I ever's? There could be some self-blame that needs to happen for some people, or who you're dealing with. Nope. You tell your mind nope, right? You're reprogramming your mind. Whatever this is. Cake. Nope. Do you know how much easier it is to forget? Nope. Clear. Delete. Whatever works for you. That means it's out of my mind. I'm not going to keep thinking about this unless I let it back in again. I don't know if there are just thought forms around that can keep trying to absorb, penetrate. I don't know about hot lava, but Chantal, I don't know about volcanic acid, but slow 2 5-hour energies back to back. Well, somebody must just sit there and drink these things all day. So for you, whoever this is, are you going to keep drinking 5-hour energies back to back? Or just drinking these energy drinks excessively. The problem here that I'm not sure I need a card for, because I'm doing a lot of this based off of and if you come by later, you get the extra special with a little maybe. Tell me about this 5-hour energy, Taurus. But this is committed. You could be a man or woman of God. And what I feel is that you could be more wired than some people who do a little bit of coke or meth during the day. I feel like you're very judgmental. You will still, what would you say to yourself in 5 years? I judge people for, more irony. Do you use your finger like I do too? Okay, no judgment because I do it too. Okay, but what's in what you're ingesting? Some of these people have pure cocaine. Yeah, they have pure ice. What they're taking in is actually healthier. They only need a little bit. You drink these sometimes 2 at a time. You get they have packs or something. Okay, well, that's just for you. I don't need to harp on anything else. You asked for some shit, right? And I feel like you knew that there was a possibility it could come from me for whatever reason. And that it may be a little just firm. Not, okay. Thank you for taking it that way because I do feel like you did. I don't know if this is for you still or for someone else, but or whatever. For others, keeping your mind sharp. Somebody's wondering, am I still... Now, there are those who are going to have a channel or some type of platform where you're going to be able to show some type of psychic or universal God-given gift. What is this gift? Something with social media. Push it to the limit. Earth sign, possibly Pisces. This could be a channel where now you teach people how to be investors, entrepreneurs based off of some spiritual shit. You got some gifts. I don't know if it's numbers or if they show you things also. If you have people problems, that's what he just said. And I feel like you could be like me, where you're a little forward and you're honest. Are you from Boston? And as much as people like it when you're defending them, they don't like it when you use it for you. Yeah? So you may be better off doing this shit, what you're doing, through social media and charging memberships. And I think you're charging something, or there's a payment anyway. Like that, I'm mirroring Boston. It sounds like Brooklyn a little bit. The double chin for somebody else. If you keep going, you may get the 3. You may have the hat trick of chins. You were talking about the hat trick of something else. What else could there be? What else would you? It would be your chins at some point, ma'am. Okay, sir. Okay. And with the volcano card being here, we're going to just say now that I may get a rise out of people in different ways. Okay. Yeah, you're gonna help people see something different where you have proof. Maybe you're waiting on something where now I can say somebody is so hell bent on they're going to win the lottery that you're that close. You're not even that deserving, but that's what you're actively and consciously putting focus on. So that's amazing. What you can do next time, because you asked for some kind of tip. What you can do next time is not think about it or force something so much like the wheel or the board or something like that, but you just knowing that it's coming. Did you see that feeling? Did you feel that? That's me just knowing something, okay, without anybody trying to stop it. Just knowing that I deserve it and that I believe it's already mine. You know what I mean? I just gotta bring it down. Same thing. You believe it, but you anticipate it like it's coming in the mail or being delivered. Okay? If this is a lottery ticket that you go buy, it doesn't matter. What you're expecting is coming to you. You know what I mean? But this is a great way to start. Yeah, for someone else. It's a home or, wait a minute, what is this? With the water fountains. Okay. Somebody was going to do something like that. I don't know if you came into money and you wanted to get into something. It feels like luxurious. Why? You know what I would get into? Opening up some type of neighborhood community place where it's either a bar, a simple bar, or a coffee shop that has some liquor. If you're in a state where weed is legal, or it would be great if you have some kind of pull. Since isn't every state different? I mean, they have to adhere to certain things, right? But it would be great if people could make their own rules based off of that. How great would it be to have a coffee shop, or I know that they probably have them, but they don't have them in every country, every city, every state, where you could just you don't have to sell it, but you can smoke it on the premises. You know what I mean? You just have happy motherfuckers in there all day. It's beautiful. Shit like that. Or you know what I mean? Somewhere where it's cold all the time. You know what I mean? Somebody, please, put a coffee shop in Alaska. If I can live in the Yukon and shit, I can put it in the shape of an igloo and shit, you know, to make it seem more fitting. But whatever this was that you were going to do, it seemed like you were doing it so that you could tell people, I'm selling this, or I deal with this. And I don't really feel like this is going to work, because you don't care enough about it. You want to invest this money as an energy that's stemming off of you, right? So if I don't feel 100% about what I'm putting it into, my money is going to be whatever percent you are. And you're not going to even get, say you're going to get 60 return would be great, right? Because you just shoot high all the time. But you expect that it could go another way. Anticipation. Now, let's say that you get the money to invest this because you know, you did the right things and you made the right decisions, you cut people off and everything, but now what you want to do with it is a little iffy, you know, and you're thinking, I'm carrying this good shit over, even though I had money and I borrowed off of people, and now I got it, and I said I was going to pay them back, and I'm ducking them. You know what I mean? You add that on top of the already diminished return or percentage, and now you're just basically, you're going to be asked out soon. You're going to be broke, or you're going to be putting money into something you're not making any money. That's just when you get real fucking stupid. You get real mad. And you just do other things that you normally wouldn't do. This could range from poisoning people to putting on people's cars to... You just never know what you'll do when you're in a tight enough spot. I would just say no. For somebody else, you wanted to know, or what am I going to say to myself? You're going to look at yourself in the weird mirror and say, I'm in jail again. Yeah. So listen, maybe this is just that you're good at it, but you have been in jail so many times, you haven't seen yourself in a regular mirror in quite some time, sir. And I think that this could be indicative of how you feel about yourself, because you can't judge by that. When I was in there, and it wasn't that long, but they gave me an extra large t-shirt just to try to like piss me off or something. I stretched the top out, it's off the shoulder dress now. I tied that shit in a fucking knot to the side. Nothing else on in the shoe like that. Just by myself, chilling, friggin' meditating, reading and shit, just waiting, knowing like I'm here for fucked up reasons. But shit like that, I feel like you expect it and don't realize it, and you're a master manifester. See, when we tell people they're master manifestors and they attract shit naturally, especially when you hear you're a master manifester, you expect those people to have a pretty great life. Okay, but it depends on where they're at, who they're spending time with, what choices they're making, what they're eating. I mean taking things from people where most people would have died from the first bite. You're meant to be here to manifest great things, but you always expect the worst. You anticipate that this is going to happen again here. And so it happens. You're a master manifester. Did you hear what I said? But you're mastering, manifesting horrible shit. If you could just be more conscious of this is what you do. I'm telling you, whenever you see something in your mind and you're like, no, this is not going to, I don't want this back, or this ain't going to be good. I keep thinking about this over and over, and whether it's an argument you have with somebody and then you wonder why you argue the next day again. Like, did we just meet up to argue again? Well, that's all you're thinking about is the argument. It could be the two of you. Make sure it's clear. That's in 5 years. That's what you're going to wind up saying to yourself, I guess, if things don't change, whatever that is for you. Okay, some of you, you're still planning on breaking up or leaving them or divorcing them. I will flip more letters out. GD, Daniel. Okay. BC. WS. OL. 89. I said 8T9. They're showing me this picture that was in the laundry room of the hotel that I was at. And I think it said 80. I forget what it was, but it was a number the way that I read it. And there were letters. It was, I don't know, it was spelled something with a dash. Something like that somebody needed. Or you're going to and you don't know it yet. Write it down if you feel like it was for you. Nora. And I see oral. I know everybody knows by now. Nora, I'm sorry, you lost. I see Ron. For somebody in 5 years, you are still going to be amazing at this. I don't know if you're a prostitute or you do this on the side, but you're good at it. This could be Ron. This could be Rona. This could be Nora. This could be for you. That's right. For those of you who can hear my pre-thoughts, you invasive motherfuckers, okay? You also have oral, nor, right? We could do nor, which would mean, doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman here, they still won't give you oral or still in 5 years that you're going to say to yourself, I stayed here for 5 more years. Not one thing. Not one. That's true. If you said this to yourself and now I'm saying this and you're fucking smiling, it doesn't have to be removed, right? I mean, it's there because now it has to be there so I can make a choice. But remove it from my fucking subconscious. I'm telling you, do this. This is belief. This is you taking control over your mind and your body. I didn't realize I could say things to my own body and have it happen. I mean, telepathically. In my mind, right? You're still going to be a thief for the one that said, like, am I still going to be stealing? But let me see something. Hold on. Oh. Hold on. What's with the horse and buggy or dune buggy? Did you steal somebody's thing? What was this big deal with this in 5 years? Excuse me, please. I would like some more on this. Oh, honest ones, pickle. Oh, in 5 years, you must have a friend that just got one and is paying it off. He's waiting. I don't know if this guy thinks that if you pay it off, then he has a better chance of selling it. I don't know how this goes. I'm not sure where you're at, sir or ma'am, whoever owns this thing. This motherfucker's going to get himself into a pickle, I feel like is what they're saying. This could be a child, a grandchild. Where are you? I feel like you're a couple weeks from waking up and waking up to an empty home with whatever this thing is that he's got going on or she has going on. It feels like a boy though, but shit. I'm not sure this is for a family where I think he just gave up, right? I don't believe that nobody heard him unbolting the TV and taking it to sell it. I feel like at that point we lost this officially. You know what I mean? Because what happens now? He's violent, or he's got friends with him sometimes. I don't know if you felt like there was going to be a time where he was going to be stealing something alone, but then he was going to have other people around in case you tried to stop him again. Yeah, I understand that. That's tough. This is when you're going to have to say this. How about that? I don't know how old they are. Do you know how I told you there's a possibility if you just don't vibe with your child and it just can't work, then they could have been swapped out. You know what I mean? That may not even be yours. It doesn't even could be a woman and have this happen now, but them changing babies and shit. But I would say use that route. You know what I mean? Out of fucking sight or there he is. It's in my mind now. The other one's out. You're not my kid. I'm not gonna tell you. I'm gonna show you. I'm actually gonna stick to my word this time, and I'm gonna show you. I don't feel like this is a good fit. Do you know how many people are? Well, it's forcing a relationship with too much interference, too much resistance, drama. Something. Why? That you wouldn't do this with friends, right? Now, if you can find some kind of common ground, there may be a situation where both parties can assist each other in certain things, and it becomes this thing where now we talk about it as if it were the past, and oh yeah, it was great because I needed this. Oh yeah, me too. That worked for me. Yeah. And then now people go, oh okay, well I'm in this situation. I was going to tell them, they're like, skid that. But if it worked for you, and it seemed like, you see what I'm saying? It's right. But this here, I mean, shit. This isn't a situation where whatever you bought is how you people. I don't know if this is a farm thing or it's just a lot of property or whatever. But yeah, they're gonna get themselves into a pickle. You were right. Somebody had some kind of premonition or even a dream, maybe a cousin. They didn't say anything though. All right, so that's for who needs that. Tell me who else. Or Ron, I don't know what you've done, but if in 5 years you're still not gonna get a big oral. I don't know why. What is this? What's going on with this? You feel like someone to me that doesn't speak to many people at all. But when you do, it's the worst person in the world for you. Like, I will be in my home for a month straight, sometimes 2 or 3 months at a time. I'm the same way. But when you do meet somebody and decide to, like, go back to their house or invite them back or go get more drinks, it's the worst fucking person you could possibly be around. It's like you do all this self-preservation, right? How many people do this? Self-preservation, and it says you care differently about yourself when, right? When really, like, what your body is saying is you have a type of personality, you just can't be around everybody. And that usually doesn't change. I feel like you're older, and this isn't going to change. You may, I think that what you do is you crave some kind of interaction, and that's why you go out. That's why you leave the home. I get cabin fever, but it takes me a long time, right? I need to speak to somebody, but it takes me a long time. So this way, you think that because you sat in or you care that way about yourself, I'm preserving the good parts of me for someone who's... You feel like a lot of people do this, you know what I mean? Everybody, when you meet them at first, unless they're truly authentic, is going to give you who they want you to think they are. It's an impulse, I believe, in many, not all, but many. And I think if you drink, you could do like a detox and shit and then go out and like, which is great to do that for your body. I say don't do no drugs. Don't do all the time. It's up to you after that and figure that shit out. It's not as easy as it sounds. And sometimes it requires, like when you get good shit and you get real high. And then here I am, I don't feel well, all right? My body's telling me, my boy don't have it anyway. I don't go out pushing it, looking for it. I don't offer to do shit for it. I ran out of money or they ran out of shit. This is something else saying, you used to do this in another life. This is how you can think about it. And you balance the hell out of this shit. You can do this and you don't have a lot of responsibility. You're welcome. Yeah, you said you had to be fucking angels all the time. Queen of Swords. Yeah, you're still going to be selling boats. Even if you're not getting anything back, I feel like you love doing this. Are you surrounded by people who make you feel like if you're not making a ton of money, well, somebody said, no, but you're not making any money. But you don't ask them for anything, do you? Don't you have money saved? You just don't want to talk about it's on the business. Is this how they try to get it out of you? You know, it's nuts. I wouldn't be surprised if they're trying to get you into something because they want you distracted, because I think that they can tell that you must have something put aside, or because you would have asked for things. You could have some family members or friends of theirs, I'll say to be fair, that may think that that shit's theirs and that they don't want you here no more. And I'm just going to leave it at that. Okay. Whew. Tell me more, please. Spiritual bath. Learning to shut the is a life-changing skill. Let's find out if somebody's going to learn how to do that in 5 years. Who is this? Tell me who. Please, I'm going to use a full deck. Somebody's not playing with one. Pushing all the way up into their 40s. Not every emotion deserves an action. People are going to be extreme until the day they die. Who's dealing with this? King of Cups, oh loving man that we need so much on this planet. You are a self-isolator, and by that I mean you do it when you feel that I just can't deal with you. But then people also do it with you. I mean, self-isolator, where you will become the biggest jerk-off or the bitch on the planet, which forces people not to be around you. So you're alone a lot, but it's not all because you're just you don't get along with anybody. You don't keep your mouth shut a lot. All right. Somebody doesn't. Scorpio. Taurus female. Yes, somebody is going to hold on to some kind of secret about the death of your wife and their involvement in it. 5 years from now, and then there's other people that this feels like men, but few women who did this. I don't feel a grandmom or a mom, but it could be. But yes, you're still not going to confess. Are you concerned that something's going to change, maybe frequency-wise? Or I called out some kind of truth serum shit that I feel like is starting to transpire. But it's good. It's not agitated. Fine, get it out of me. It feels like this is a different kind of release than the shit I was seeing in my mind. You feel me? I also see that somebody's still trying to hold on to money from the death of a grandmother to invest. And I think they're just hoping you're not going to be here anymore. Let me get some letters for this. Please, I will. PR. OS. Rolo. Rod, it's DS. Roso. Poso. I see, I don't know what the hell this is. What's Rodo? Is that a thing? RODO? You say this word when you're smoking weed in a circle. The person to smoke after oh, battery mode, fucking great, is called Rodo. What does Rodo mean? Steamroller. Huh. Juan Julio. One momento. Oh my god. Don't you have one? Or your grandfather has one on his farm or something? Hold on. I feel that somebody was wondering. I appreciate the work that you do, sir. Juan and his men and mothers like this scattered handle things that others won't. And sometimes these types of people are geniuses. Engineers, if you will. Some of them were. Factory workers, mechanics, steam fitters, thank you. And they create things to create punishment for others. Sometimes we fall onto difficult times for whatever reason. You know what I mean? And we get on our knees and we say, I wish somewhere, somebody would give me an idea of something that I'm bored. It could even be to take down your neighbor's fucking barn or shed that they thought you were never going to be able to take down because you had back problems from your previous job. I mean, everybody has access to a steamroller at some point in your particular line of work, do they not? Today is your lucky day, sir. Okay. We're gonna see what Rosso is. I feel like I should look this up too. Rosso. Is that a nickname? Hello. Who? No. I don't like when it doesn't come up on its own. A blue-haired person being utterly infatuated by one person. Roso Porks. All right. Well, who was this blue-haired person? Just give me some letters for the blue-haired person, please. That's my memory. Okay. E-R-R-E. Retaria. Okay. That's me. Hello, beautiful. PD or DP? Okay. I see red. Rep. E-L. And P-I. I'm not going to look up anything else on this. These are the letters. What the hell was I saying? Let me just flip out a white card and start some shit. Okay. It could be good. It could be good. Cat. Yes, some of these people, I don't know if this is you asking, you will still be sitting in the same chair with the same cat, watching the same show, eating the same food. And if you're not really expecting much, what's the problem? I mean, I feel like you have benefits, or you have roof over your head, and it could be worse. You know what I mean? And then there's for others where somebody's with another person, and that's their fate. And whether you want to go along with that, that's up to you. They're terrified of you. I don't know if I would want this to change. Would you? Let's find out about this. I'm interested in this one. Okay. I'm gonna let you kill me. Huh. Tell me what this is, please. They're terrified of you. Huh. Who's the dirt bike bandit? What is it that you do? Is he in your neighborhood? Is this a friend of your mom's? Irving? Okay, that's for you. What I don't know who's terrified of who, but hold on. Are you on the rowing team, or you have some kind of life that this person does? They just don't have it. Okay, and it's because of whatever they do to themselves. They block things, they overthink things. They're I don't know what this. What's this? Lying about messages or something. Did you try using them for something? And they couldn't perform, or they couldn't come through. That's what this feels like. Hold on. Oh, sorry. I don't know what country you're in, but I can't tell if you're a man or a woman, but it feels feminine only in the way that you sow others' flesh. For the other one, I just feel like I don't even know if that was a thing, but maybe they just wanted me to acknowledge that where you want to go with this particular thing, you can't just have anybody connected to this with you. You know what I mean? Because they don't have whatever this is you have that you're going to make money off of naturally. All right, love. So this other thing here, there's a person who's in a community, and I feel like this community is not so savage. Okay? And whatever this is that you do, I feel a jack of all trades, regardless of who you are. This is new. It's not really new, but it's new that you're this comfortable with this. I'm not sure where this flesh comes from. That's your choice. I don't really feel like there's an exact result that needs to happen here. This is what I do. I don't like to work. I do fucked up shit for money. And right now, I don't really have to do a lot of shit. I just want to get into something more creative. Huh. Someone like you is always needed in some group. You are so detailed, but you're stitching. Are you making objects, or are you putting this back on people? Whoa. Hold on. Maybe they're trying to tell you that you'd be a good seamstress or seamster. Let's see then. Now this looks like something split. This is me. Are you? Please tell me that you want to get into to work in a morgue, or this is just kind of what happened. I don't know if you came from a very dark family who did dark things, but this is what I'm stumped on. I'm not stumped, but I feel, and this could just be because of me and other things. Your neighbors kind of know because they smell something, okay? It's not your typical chili, you know what I mean? And beniato. Right. It smells like burning flesh. Something's cooking. I don't know if you're trying to create leather or you're just testing things, but you can't smell it. I don't know if you did speed or some kind of drug or you just were born like me with a septum that was deviated already. Yep, previously scratch and dent. Yep. The great thing about this is you're attracting somebody who needs something like this. They're in a dark line of work. This could be even voodoo or santeria, where they could use stuff like this for making dolls with other people's skin. Because now they're doing voodoo on people who deserve it, and they're gaining shit. And if you were wondering, how come, what can we, I don't know if you've ever done that, I don't get into it. But this person is they know how to preserve it. They know how to age it. I don't know if they worked with, they must have worked with animal skin. And now, this isn't animal, I'm sorry. This is human. But you're going to be needed by somebody so that they now can put karma on those who deserve it. Okay, great. Yeah, and then in 5 years, I feel like that's what you're going to be doing. Yeah, it's going to be good. Yeah, okay. I don't want to talk about that. I don't want to. I'm going to do one more. Tell me what somebody else is going to say to themselves in 5 years. You're going to say, sir, I'm so glad that I skinned that bitch. Really? Okay. One, I had it coming. Okay. I mean, you can't get rid of her. You can't shut her up. You know what I mean? Huh? Sometimes, yes. I don't really think I need to know whether that happened, whether that was a thing, but I don't get weirded out by it, if it was. Okay. Seen a lot, been there a lot, been a lot, done a lot, heard a lot. Yeah. Alright. For somebody else. Oh. This is for the person that you have to get away from. Whether it be my other that we're no longer. I act like I'm talking into a camera. Let me check my email so I can see if there's a message for somebody specifically. I don't know why I always do that. Does somebody do that? Okay, it is... Oh, it just says, hey, everyone. I don't know. I don't think that's for me. Unless you just, in 5 years, you're still going to be saying hi to every fucking person that you pass, and nobody respects you because of it. It's the way that you say hello. It's a very Forrest Gumpy, what else can I do here? Forrest Gumpy meets Cartman meets Locatella. No, it's Locatella. Yeah, anyway, somebody need to go, a mom, a father. They're still not going to let go of something that happened, and it could be the fact that you're leaving for good. If somebody's on it, especially with the parents of the family, somebody that you considered you were close to, but they showed their ass and then their true colors in the past 6 to 8 months, did they not? They thrive off of the fact that they can feel, and you've always been like this, that whether they get over it or not is very important to you. And this affects you more than it affects them. In 5 years, they are still not going to fully be over this. If that's what you were wondering. Or just, are they ever going to get over this? I mean, I'm 30, I'm 50, I'm what, right? Taurus. There's some kind of attention that you're getting, or you got a star. Did you save somebody, or did you? Are you a hero? Is what I feel. There's a problem with this. If you're not a Taurus or a fucking Aquarius, with this 6 of Wands, this attention thing, then you could have had a part as a superhero. But that's what this is, an absolute superhero. They're still going to want to dull your shine. Here's you shining. Here's you with all the attention. This could even be a movie role, like you had to leave one to go to another, or network, something. No, they're not going to let it go, but let's find out some more about this. They're still going to try and either send someone in to give you what would be seen as something better, okay? If this is family, I feel that if there was a problem living there and you wound up leaving, they're going to try and say that they will make accommodations by either redoing a room or giving you more space. And I feel like it's just that have a remote control, and you just be this fucking thing that they control. For someone that is going out, moving around, getting outside, you could have been, I feel such social fucking anxiety that it makes me throw up. And then on top of you just being a sensitive where you can see what the world is like, this just, I think that you may have thought of taking your own life, or somebody who did, because I don't speak to anyone. I don't have any family. Nobody gets me. I don't know if it's me. I'm even okay saying that it's me. You know what I mean? But what the fuck am I here for? You sitting in this environment with the electronics and something underneath your home in the ground has been affecting you horribly. So what'd you do? You started sitting outside. You started going for walks. You started talking with people in the neighborhood. Why does somebody have a problem with this? Because you're getting healthier looking. You're happier. And these motherfuckers picking flowers and all kinds of shit, aren't you? And you could be a dude even, just picking shit up, looking at the ground and shit. You could have found some kind of money, or you're just noticing things on the ground. Change, you know what I mean? Wrappers. You could be just taking shit in. Is this a message? Is this for me? I feel like there have been multiple options for you to drink or choose to get high instead. Or maybe if that was an option. That could not be an option right now, but I feel like this could even be speed with the crack here, or crack even. Some of you are changing that way. And there are people who they're going to make you feel guilty. It just is changing your diet for me. You're changing the ink that you're putting on yourself. This feels like I'm just becoming more like myself. And myself isn't cargo pants anymore and a polo shirt. It's a fucking rat t-shirt and Dickies. You know what I mean? Something like that, where somebody's going back to how sexy a fucking white t-shirt is with a pair of dicks. You know, simple. Sexy. inexpensive. You put the right man, even the right woman, if that's you, in something like that, you're not going to be in it much anyway, if you're that kind of gay. You could have gotten wings, darker tat though. This feels like dark black angel wings. And I'm not sure, a moth or a fucking something like that. Okay. I like it though. I would say this, don't rush that. Somebody's rushing it. I don't know if they're trying to get you to do it earlier if you didn't do it yet, or if they're trying to, I think this could even be you, where you want it finished so bad, but you're going to wind up changing your mind on certain things. It's going to be better. If you feel like, God, we just can't get together to put more on, or fuck, I got a flat, it's because something is saying we're trying to give you a better idea, because we know that if you go this route, you're not going to be as happy, and this goes against this whole thing that you're doing. Okay. You want to put something sexy on there. I think if you're a man, even if you're a woman, I think that it would just be better for both of you to incorporate some type of sexy woman, feminine thing with this dark wing thing. Because it could be a darker angel that helped you in a situation, or you could be that. Yes, no, it's not. It's a heady or hedra. Yes, they're still going to be going back and forth as to whether or not they want to get married. I mean, and this is even for Jason, Laura, and you know who you are. I don't want to put any more names out, but if you guys have everything going on now, what's with the kid in the bus? I think somebody needs to be more focused on their kid's safety than whether you're going to get married. It's almost like you send your kid out. I don't know how many. The one that's young, taking the bus too young. And I feel like the bus driver's even fucking uncomfortable with this shit. But you send them out hoping they don't come back. You hope they don't come back. You don't say it, but that's what you're putting out. The problem is your benefits get cut off if nobody sees this child for a while, and you just wind up saying, I don't know, that's neglect as far as I can see it. I don't know, how old is it that you can ride a bus by yourself without a parent? I don't know. All right. I think for the guy with the tat, your marriage, so whatever happened in this marriage has affected the way that you feel about women on a sexual level. I don't know if she let herself go. Feels like somebody could have changed and they both changed, but you went different ways. You went the way you're supposed to. And that could be why you didn't think of putting something with a woman on there at all. It could have even been that you could have even been in a relationship with another man who could have possibly been with someone. You know, it feels like a lot going on. I don't know if somebody took a bus and took off, or a train and took off. And if there was a child or someone younger, somebody had a better relationship with them than they did the actual person. It could have been tough for you to leave this kid. You could even get something with the child, something, but it's iffy. Did you already think about that? Did somebody already think, like, I want to put something with this kid because of that, but I don't want people to think I'm fucking weird. You know, like, you put something about a child on your friggin' arm and it's not your child. They're going to think that you're one of them. I get it. So maybe just the sexy... Rhonda, yes, in 5 years you're still going to want prison cock. I don't blame you. I'm just going to leave that alone. And for everybody else who thinks I just seem to attract felons, they're some of the best people on the planet. I would just leave that alone. That's a fucking blessing. You don't want one of these freaking corporate buff fucking guys. It's just not for you. Oh God. if you're thinking as somebody at this very moment, yes, they're going to be trapping men with babies. Yeah. And they're creating cursed children. The kids may wind up changing things by looking at her in complete disgust and just saying anything but what she does, please. You know what I mean? Hopefully. Okay, yep. In 5 years, you are going to be a lonely man. That's, I don't know if you're going to be by yourself, but you're still not going to believe that you speak, or this is your dad or grandfather or something. There's an older man who's set in his fucking ways, and he's still not going to believe in 5 years that you actually speak your life into existence, and that you cast spells on yourself. And you're going to be someone who's not going to have to work. I don't know what that accent was. You're not going to have to work. You're actually doing it. You know what I mean? And I feel like are there people in your family that you're realizing are sick and maybe even close to not being here anymore because of the way that they see life? I feel I can't breathe life into all of you because it's draining me. This could have even been you that was getting sick, kind of people pleasing this people, or this could even be church, where I don't believe in this being anymore, or this one from the sky anyway, or that's just in all things. I have to believe in what I'm saying. You know what I mean? It could be real uncomfortable for you even to switch over like this, but I feel like you just started looking old. You could have been sick or something, and like I'm asking this person, this thing, this being, just Jesus, it feels Jesus, to heal, and I'm getting sicker. So I just feel like you could have started race walking or walking through the city and stuff and just looking at shit and talking to people. It feels like you're losing weight or your body's changing just because you're out of the house walking around, or even slow, and just saying hi and having conversation, looking window shopping and shit. I don't feel like you have a lot of money to spend, or you do and you just don't spend it. Even like looking in shops and shit that you normally wouldn't, and speaking to people that maybe you thought you normally wouldn't, right? Going out into the sun during the day, museums. Are there people who don't have a pot to piss in, but aren't there museums that are free? It's just something. You see history, shit like that. Fuck, some of you ain't got shit to do and nowhere to go. I would just walk to the city and shit, and just whoever you run into. See, the great thing about that is sometimes you're forced to be the freest of free. Without, you know what I mean? Just I'm free of a home. I'm free of a fucking pillow. I'm free of a solid 3 every day. I'm free of a consistent bathroom. But you don't always have to make the worst of that situation. This is where belief should come in. I believe that we deserve this. Some of you deserve whatever you're in right this moment. That's it. Something happened. You know what I mean? But if just admitting that, you don't have to wait to be authentic to the universe until you're in the good. Try it. This is my fault. You know what I mean? I'm not happy about it, but I know that it's because of me and what I did. And what I didn't do, and wait till you see some shit happen when you mean it, though. Not when you're just saying it. Remember, it's a feeling. It's just really this easy. What is this? Yes, they are still going to leave every light on. And, you know what I'm feeling heavy? 5 years from now, somebody is still going to want to take a toaster and throw it in the bathtub while somebody's in there. You thought about the extension cord thing, and then you found this one's grounded. I'm not sure. Does that work? I don't want to test it. Then they're just going to ask what happened. Go buy a cheap fucking, no, but then how do you get it out of there, right? You would have to set up a whole thing with rubber and everything. Oh, man. And for the one who can feel it's going to happen to them, you need to start locking that door when you take a bath. Okay? Because you're fighting, and then you're sitting in the tub with the door kind of open, and with this kind of fighting and arguing and threats that already happened, I feel like you could be asking for it. You know, we don't want to do that. Not that way. I'm not sure how bad that is, but it feels like it could last a little while before you're actually gone. Okay. For who else here? Yep. In 5 years, they're still going to be sitting by the bay. When they said that they're actually walking at the park or running or something, or training for a marathon, they're actually sitting at the bay looking at the boats. Yeah, and still just befriending everybody that walks by. This feels like somebody is in desperate need of just friendship. The problem is there are, this feels like a guy that could be a little slower, okay? If this isn't running, then it's investing. It's like they're saying that they're going somewhere, but this feels like a guy that lives with a mom or a grandma that, if it wasn't for you, he wouldn't be here. So let me tell you that. But it does seem a little, he seems strangled, even by his own self, though. Okay? I think you never left the house, or his mom. It just seems like this could be a curse in your family, where you never actually get the opportunities that you're supposed to get in this life. So it's good that he's getting out. I feel like you could just be a little too invasive when it comes to questioning who he's seen. What did you talk about? Is that it? Almost as if you're trying to make him feel like you had him watch, so he tells you the truth. It's creating rage inside of him, and I think that you've seen him snap, and it was surprising. His face changed, his strength changed. This is what happens when people are, he's not slower, he's just different, but his strengths are that, right? His voice is vocal. I don't feel like he ever had a voice, or this is a woman too, I'm sorry. I don't feel like he ever had a voice, and that's why it comes out that way. He was always told to shh, or nobody responded, as if he's just didn't say a word. So he became this forcefully quiet, with a lot to say and a lot to think person who doesn't go out, because now he doesn't speak like everybody else does. And I don't blame him. He hears people talking and yelling and laughing, and he's just not like that. So what he's doing is he's actually having fun. He's meeting up with people, you know what I mean? He's having fun. Yeah. Why do I feel bad mouthing something he was interested in? See, if you were thinking he could have just told me, I don't think that's the case, though, because I think when he told you about inquiring about whatever this was, you mocked him, or you down talked it or something like that immediately. So he's gonna what? Now trust to tell you that he's lying about that, and that he's sitting and he goes down to the bay, or he goes down to where the boats are, or the beach or whatever, and that he's making friends, because he knows you're going to take it personally. This feels like we have our own chairs, we eat dinner at the same time, you know what I mean? It's okay. This guy, because of the way he feels, it's been the women in his family that make him feel like they had their hands around his neck, and he doesn't like women. And when I tell you that this man is ready to take a life for the first time, and it may have been yours until this, I don't know if you watch me, you can hear me, he may wind up meeting a man, and I think he's terrified, if he didn't already, of your judgment. But you treat him like a man, you talk to him like a man too. It's confusing to me. You smother him like the mom, who was more female-ish, right? You seem a little more older, just masculine, like how I have masculinity, okay? And I think that he knows you're a woman, and he already can't stand what the mom and possibly the aunt, the sisters and stuff did. And now you're a strong masculine figure when you're angry or wanting to make your point or let someone know who's boss. That combination with this kind of guy, he's at the point now where I don't know what happened with his dad. His dad could have left, and God had another family and shit like that. And you guys, you've told him in detail at too young of an age. I almost feel like we want to make you. Your dad left. He left us with you. So we're going to tell you every detail so it hurts you, but we're going to make it seem like we just want you to know. So we look like the good guys, right? But it really was to hurt this man or this person. I don't know why you did that, but I think at this point somebody's like, I would rather be locked up. I would get some kind of fulfillment. You've said some pretty bad things to him. I'm not sure if you remember that, but this is over and over repetitively. You called him a little snake when he was a kid. He had fights and nobody ever defended him. You know what I mean? Shit like that, where I feel like he would come home bruised or beat up and shit, and nobody took the time to, especially these women, and the dad wasn't there. It's not this motherfucker's fault he was born. This would be everybody. He almost felt like you guys joined in. That's what I feel. You know what I mean? I feel like here I am thinking that somebody's going to wind up standing up for me. And instead, I have all these people looking at me going, apologize. You know what I mean? Do you know what this does to somebody over time? And just because this happened maybe 20, 30 years ago, this doesn't forget. I know that you guys have forgotten. Oh, he believes he's karma because he's a good guy. I'm tired of being a good guy. This shit ain't get me nowhere. This could even be for you. Like 5 years, you're going to say to yourself, well, was it worth killing your mother? Was it worth killing your grandmama? Huh? Where are we at? An hour? I got the Chick-fil-A, the bacon, cheddar with Colby Jack, whatever, with the barbecue sauce, not the grilled. Oh my God. Thank you. Yep. This is TV. I don't want to sit there. This is even developing photos. So please, I just hope nothing like that happened. But there's a possibility that some shit went down and. Oh man. But let's go with this, Rob. Let's do it like this. I don't want to just sit in and fucking sit in front of the TV all day. You know what I mean? This is another thing where somebody's not going to let it go. They're going to feel betrayed. I forgot that I said that. That this person wasn't put here to be an actual crutch for you. Somebody walks with them as they have to hold you up and everything. But I know you're getting it. I know nobody is put here on this planet strictly just to take care and hold up and build up another person. That makes them a slave. No. Crazy patterns. He's gonna break that pattern. I don't know if your father could have been a little, maybe whether you know it or not, could have been in trouble with the law, and that could have been why he took off too. Some of you, your fathers died in prison or they're in prison. You're going to break this crazy shit. You're going to remove yourself instead and do what you're doing, because whew. He has to go out and release this shit, and I guess you could say ground himself in some way, so that he comes home feeling a little bit different than when he feels when he left. Yeah, and for the girl that's thinking of, listen, you would do real well inside, but you would do a hell of a lot better outside, just away from all of this, yeah? Okay. Either way, that's what I got. I hope this helped. Nap time. See you.